Hey everybody, Economic Ninja here. I hope you're doing well. Do you think the economy is crashing? If you do, put it down in the comment section. Say, I agree, the economy is collapsing. And if you're planning on doing something about it, let us know in the comment section, because I'm sick and tired of people sitting back on the sidelines going, I can feel it, something, it's like a Phil Collins song. I can feel it crashing in the air, but I'm not going to do anything about it. I'm sick and tired of that. I want people of action. I want people that are ready to stand up and go, something's happening, I'm getting ready, I'm honkering down, but I'm gonna go crush it on the other side. That's right, we're gonna go have some fun. Guys, I got a story out of the hedge. It is entitled, Why Supertanker Rates Are Suddenly Crashing. It says right here, supertanker rates reached record levels earlier this year. Very large crude carrier rates have plunged to just $38,000 per day, falling some 62% from a few weeks ago. The fall in oil is absolutely a sign of the crash, the deflationary spiral downward. As people don't have money to go on vacations or to build a new business, they use less oil. They drive fewer miles. There's less demand. This is demand destruction. The cure for high prices is always high prices. When those high prices get so high, people stop buying things. We have demand destruction, and that is what's happening right now. It says OPEC plus cuts and waning SPR releases are short-term volume headwinds in the oil transportation sector. And that is absolutely correct. And the reason why I say that is because right now we are seeing things in the oil sector where OPEC plus and oil producing nations are trying to slow the spigots to try and cause the price of oil to spike. And that is very, very serious. People need to be prepared for energy to spike. I've been calling for an energy crisis that's not only going to start and really move outside of Europe, but it's going to affect outlying countries. It's going to affect Asia. It's going to affect the United States. But it's going to be starting in Europe, and we're going to see more black swans. We're going to see more oil lines burst out under the ocean. We're going to see more above ground pipelines like the Keystone pipeline break, because you're going to see these little short shocks and these narratives that come out and really start to throw people for a loop and cause panic buying in the markets, because that's what these nation states want that are producing oil. They want higher oil prices. They want to jab you regardless of the demand destruction that's going on. And it says earlier this year, supertanker freight rates hit record levels as traders scrambled to park crude in storage to take advantage of a record gap between spot and future prices shortly after Russia invaded Ukraine. Freight rates for large crude oil carriers along the Middle East Gulf to China route reached as high as $180,000 a day, while VLCC time charter rates for floating storage jumped to as much as $120,000 a day. But the situation is now reversed, with supertanker rates plunging sharply. According to Bloomberg, ships capable of hauling 2 million barrels of crude are now earning about $38,000 a day, which is down 62% in just the last, as compared to the last few 2-3 weeks ago. After the OPEC plus cut production and reduced releases from U.S. reserves lowered seaborne volumes, Bloomberg reports. This is what they say. Clearly, OPEC plus cuts and waning SPR releases would both be short-term volume headwinds. They cut production from the 1st of November, and you would expect some lag. We are seeing the activity in the Middle East cooling off somewhat. That's the simple explanation. So even they are saying right now, yep, you know what, we understand there's going to be a lag, but they're showing you they're leaving this open-ended for an explosion in the rate coming into the future. Lower freight rates are encouraging some crude to travel longer distances. For instance, Bloomberg has reported that South Korean refiner bought 2 million barrels of oil of U.S. crude for March arrival. Meanwhile, offers for long-haul U.S. cargoes for delivery to Asia have declined partially due to lower shipping costs. But things could not be more different in the natural gas arena, and that is absolutely true. I got a buddy calling me right now. Dan from Allegedly is calling me right now. Sorry, I just had to hang up on you in the middle of a recording. That's a nice shout out though for Dan. It says the energy crisis sparking mad dash for floating LNG terminals. Now we've seen this just recently when the Ukraine-Russia situation was happening, and the need for natural gas in Europe was exploding because Germany just thought they were too big. They were too big for their britches. And they said, no, we're not going to certify Nord Stream 2 because of what you're doing in the Ukraine. And so Russia slowed that tap down. And so now natural gas prices exploded, and we saw ships all over the world start to divert where they're going to America, South America. They were diverting, now going to Europe, because they were going to sell to the highest bidder. And that is what really scares me, and it should concern you, because as countries make these foolish decisions and they're not energy independent and they rely on another country, like Trump warned you in 2016, warned Angela Merkel, or 2017, that they were too dependent on Russia for their natural gas, and they laughed at him, right? Now, that kind of decision making, that mockery that was going on, but it was truth, now affects America, because an LNG transport ship that's going to America to sell at X now just diverted to go sell for Y, much higher price over in Europe, thus causing a demand in America because we have less supply coming in. So then our prices go up, and we're already seeing it. Here in California, we are seeing higher natural gas prices, and it's going to get worse as we get into this winter. Not only because of a real demand situation, but also, I believe, is a false flag that's coming. Guys, this is very serious times. Get ready, spend less. We're gonna have some good times. That's why it's a great time to start thinking of the side hustle you've always wanted to, because you're gonna be able to take advantage of much lower prices coming into the future in this slight little dip. And it's gonna be a little mini depression, but trust me, on the outside of this, it's going to be clear sailing for people that are prepared and not scared. All right, guys, that being said, I hope you have a great day. Somebody's waiting to say hi. I'm going to talk to you guys later. The Economic Ninja is out.